So it's blistering hot outside, and do you ever end up in a circumstance where you have both a high and a low note hit at the same time? And this is not a musical fact. For me, it's a metaphor in the fact that I'm right in the middle. This is just a little bit, I rarely will go into personal details about things, but dealing with parents aging, okay? That's a challenge. And to make a long story short, as they've gotten older, there's things that dealing with all medically and stuff like that. But one of the things is that when I was still around my parents' house a lot more, they had gotten some dogs, and they were brothers from a litter that was being offered for free in a parking lot at Walmart. Long story short, that was many, many, many years ago. And you've probably seen me make posts about my dog Frisky on here. He was the one that I was the closest to. He was the runt of the two. And he had gone through a bunch of things with cancer and other stuff like that. A tumor that grew that wasn't cancerous, but the tumor was getting out of control. Well, it seems like it's grown back, and we knew it, but he's old. And it's the factor of him surviving or not. But my parents gave me a call, and my mom first was panicked and was like, this is something that I just, and a part of me is like, yeah, that's a good thing. But another part of me like, no, I don't want to stress him out. And my dad, who I usually don't see eye to eye with, kind of agreed with me on this. She wanted me to bring Frisky up here and then be at my house, but my other two dogs don't really get along with strange dogs in their house. He's sick. It's really bad. I won't go into exactly what's wrong until later. I don't want to fucking start crying. But my dad, one of the few things I can't admire about my father is that he does have a take no charge bullshit, no bullshit sort of thing that will happen. It's his military days coming through, and just who he is as a man. They came through and said, no, I don't want to burden you with that. It is bad. I don't think he's going to make it. And they've already called the vet, and as soon as they could get him in was tomorrow morning. And that's probably going to be it. I don't even think I could weather going to see him. And I know that sounds bad because 2 weeks ago, I had the best walk I've had in a very long time with Frisky. He was full of energy. He walked around. But I said I wasn't. I can feel it. He was himself. And I could see the growth and everything, but I thought, you're so old, I don't even know if you'd survive surgery at this point. And it was a really hard thing to try and process. And then at the exact same time, while I'm wandering around, I managed to find a sale, which was 24 cans of cat food for $6. I'm talking the really good stuff. This is Ziwi, chicken recipe stuff for my cats. And my outdoor cats were definitely needing some. These are the cats that have been abandoned by other people. And so I was, with all things that happen, as a freelancer, you have limited budgets, you have limited things you can do. So I was really surprised to find that it was the only case there like that. And so at the same time, I'm elated about that. I'm heartbroken over the fact that in all certain circumstances, at least I believe it to be so, Frisky is probably going to have to be put down tomorrow. And that is earth-shattering. But there's also like a small part of me that says, I've had many good years with him, and although he didn't live with me, whenever I went down to my parents' house, I would try to make time to take him for a walk when I could. Every single time. It was at least every other time I saw him. And will I miss him dearly? Absolutely. Absolutely. Every animal I've ever owned, from ferrets to cats to my old fish, Admiral Akbar, I miss them all. And I love them all here too. It's just not on a beautifully sunny day like it is right now, even though it's stupidly hot for me. I hate the heat. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. So it's actually a very, very fucking sucky moment. But for all of you out there that have animals, give them a hug. You just never know how much time we have with them, or really with each other. Shit. All right.